Well, greetings, YouTubians. Took a little bit of a hiatus over the holidays this year. My goal in all the YouTube journey was to stay consistent. So I got about 40 or so videos up last year. So I think this is my official one, my first one for 2026. Me and Riley are out here. I'm running out to my mailbox. I went to an open house at Harley-Davidson up here, one of the local dealerships. Gave a bunch of cards out for my shoe repair and all that stuff, and actually got a couple of inquiries, and I think there's a pair of boots out in my mailbox right now waiting for me. Of course, the sad news is that we kind of lost our old boy Oli. He had been kind of failing fast, lost a bunch of weight, and we tried to do everything we could. What do you think, Rye? She's having fun. But we're all pretty bummed out. But you have to keep persevering. So keeping busy is the key. For me, it is. Our neighbor's got a big Great Dane down the street, so I think we're going to do a little play date with him later. But it's been a trying time on some side of it, you know, but the other side is that my daughter is a couple of days overdue for her baby. Her and Mark are expecting little baby Indigo. All signs are good. So I'm really happily anticipating the birth of my 6th grandkid. What do you say, Rye? Come on, baby. Come on. You can see we got a ton of snow, man. Riley's cavorting in it. Whoa. Come on, Riley, I'll let you in the house. Come on. What do you think? You liking it? She's missing her old pal, just like me. I can't lick around without seeing signs of that creep. Come on, Riley, inside. You love this hill. That's for sure. He'd always go way up on the gate there. So I did that little wooden sign, Oli's Hill. There's no denying how you feel when you lose a loved one. And I've said it all along, I've never been a real big dog guy, but man, I am now, and I miss that guy terribly. So I'm just gonna walk out to the mailbox, see what I have in store here. Whoa, man, it was a little treacherous out here. And right in the middle of that whole scene with poor Oli failing, one of our vehicles got totaled right out in front of the house in Brick. My wife had just come in from walking him. She was trying to walk him every couple of hours just to keep the blood circulating and him moving. And she came back in, sat down and heard a giant crash outside, and some guy had flipped his car in the middle of the street and crashed into our Honda Pilot. So now we're on the hunt for another vehicle. You know, the proverbial when it rains, it pours. And that's how it goes. Very fortunate, man. I've got some really good neighbors here that have plowed me out here, get us some room. We parked the van down the street there. Let's see what we got here. Got some goodies here too from some clients of mine. Looks like more bills. Got a little dedicated mailbox to the Hammer and Soul project. There's a little pair of boots in there. So we'll bring them up to the shop. So this driveway has been quite the project. I tried to smooth it out this year and put a bunch of gravel, but with all this crazy rainstorm, so that's going to look like a project for the spring. Just figure out what we can do to get this driveway a little bit more drivable. I didn't realize I haven't even been out to my workshop since this snow hit. So, looks like we're gonna have to traverse that. See if I can get this door open. All right, honey, I'm home. Oof. I was in here a couple of days ago, actually right after Oli passed, and I just went on a cleaning frenzy, vacuuming and squaring everything away. So I guess I'll start on a little shoe project today and see how it all goes. So stay tuned. Well, I just went to the mailbox, picked up this pair of boots a client of mine dropped off. Looks like she's got a nice pair of old fashioned boots and the heel has come off. It's crazy, you know, they make these things to look like it's a stacked leather heel, which would just be piles of leather and shaped and all that stuff, but it's actually just plastic. And that's the problem with this stuff. It just had a staple in here, not really holding it on. So I was just going to kind of prep this by sanding it a little bit and throwing some glue on here. But it being in the teens out here, I realized my glue is not as in the best condition that it should be. So I'll take these darn glasses off. So I'm going to go put this inside for a little while, let it warm up, come out, and get on these guys. I also have a pair of my own boots, size 14, big slip-on boots that I got at Cabela's. Got them cheap because I got big giant feet, and they were in the discount rack. So super comfortable, but I just had to give them a little conditioning so they hold up better. So I'll be doing that in a minute. I had to warm up my glue on the radiator, or radiator as we say on the East Coast. Okay, we're taking a little walk down the street for a little play date for Riley. She's been acting a little weird since Oli's passing. So she's all dressed up. It's funny, our neighbor down the street, after they met, our Danes, they had some big dogs in the past, but they went out and actually got a pair of brothers. And unfortunately, one passed relatively young, but this guy we're going to see actually kind of looks like Oli. He's a big brute of a dog. Very, very nice. But we'll see how this goes. Hey, brother. Hey, you big gorilla. This guy. What'd you think, Craig? He sure is handsome. Handsome. No kissing boys. Okay, let's get out of here. Get our butts back to the house. Well, that was a good visit. Still kind of heartbreaking. We miss our Oli. That's for sure. Come on. Okay, back to the Great White North. Running out to the shop. Do that quick little repair. And I just love having this little workshop out here to do exactly this. Start a little project, get it going, keep me off the streets. So let's get going. Well, okay, this should be pretty straightforward. You can see that little heels off there. Pretty weak staple that really didn't even hit the inside of this heel. So I'm just gonna rough up both sides lightly so this glue's got a good bite. I had the glue sitting inside on the heater for a little while. Hopefully it'll get it smoothed out, so let's get down to business. Well, I don't want to be out here all day because it's so darn cold out here, man. Just roughing this up a little bit so that glue's got a good place to bite. I don't want to take too much off because I don't want any gap. Pretty good. All right, I got my glue all set up from the inside, nice and warm. Seems like it's got a little flow to it. I'm really not going to go too nutty on here, just a really light coat. I don't know what this extreme cold weather is going to do to it, but hopefully it'll set up pretty quick. A little bit here. And then I've actually got another old ancient machine that'll nail these from the inside. It's pretty darn cool. I'll show you that in a minute. So, nice light coat of glue. Let that dry for a couple of minutes. Hammer that on, and then we'll nail it. Boom. Okay, so I got that all glued. I got my little inside nailer machine, kind of presses these things together. I'll take a closer look at this later in a minute, but this glue looks like it's setting up pretty good. It's cold out here, man, so just gonna, got this big mail last on here. Okay. Put the little lady size version on here. I'm just going to give this a good couple of whacks with the hammer. Hopefully it'll set it down good. Yeah, looks like a good bond, but it's going to take more than glue to set these guys up. So let's see here. Well, I took the inner sole out of here. We're just going to place this on here. Put that about middle range. Just give this a good squeeze. See what this looks like from the inside. Well, the nails are set in there. That's a good sign. That's good. All right, the two set. I put two nails in here. I'm just gonna put one in the back. Hopefully that'll set up good too. It's looking like it worked pretty good. Let's see. Oh shit. That did not quite work out the way I was hoping. All this kind of glued on here good. I set it up to do the inside nailing thing, and the inside of these heels just have a big kind of hollow in here, so I can't seem to quite grab where I need to go. So I think I'm going to have to go to plan B and just use my air nailer with my little brad guy and kind of fix all this up. So we're going to put this to the side. I was kind of hoping to get that done. She just dropped it off today, so I was really hoping I could just do it a quick turnaround. But while I'm out here, I'm just going to do a little preventative maintenance on these new giant boots I got. Started on the one, but you can see they're just right out of the factory, kind of dry, not quite protected. So I'm doing it here. So yeah, so I'm just give these a little coat of polish and some conditioner, buff it off real good, and bring them back to life, or just give them a good start on their first life. I'm sure I'll be beating the hell out of these in the coming months. So you can kind of see that I started on this one. It's a little bit more richer color, got a little bit more of a shine to it. This one's right out of the factory and kind of dull. So I'm just going to use this kind of leather conditioner. Actually, this is pretty much the first time I used this stuff. I was at a shoe repair. I was at a shoe repair expo of some sort over in Brooklyn called the Stitch Down, and it was really amazing, man. Just tons and tons of you know, people from the world of shoe repair and shoemaking and leather care and all that. And it was right in my own backyard over in Brooklyn. So I went over there and spent the day scoping out a bunch of new stuff. So they were giving some free samples out. This company, Picard, I guess, made in the beautiful USA. This stuff actually, it says, is for smooth and tanned. It says for smooth and oil tanned leather. It's used on apparel, footwear, and gear. So always like to support the old USA made stuff. This stuff is going on real nice. I'm using kind of a stiff polishing brush here, just for the kind of neutral, you know, I'm not putting any color on this. I like the color of these, so I don't want to get them too dark, but you can see as the leather kind of absorbs this conditioning stuff, it kind of drinks it up there, gives a little bit more of a richer look. And this stuff also gives you a level of protection. You know, if you drop something on here, you get a stain or something like that. If you got a little light coat of polish or conditioner, it's likely not going to stain the leather. But you know, these aren't super high-end, you know, work boots or nothing like that. They're just kind of your basic, you know, working man's kind of stuff. So, like they say, you can always judge a man by the condition of his shoes. So I'm just giving this another little thing here. I got a neutral brush on here. Give this guy a little spin. This just buffs that out a little bit. Gets that conditioner spread nice and even. Give it a little finesse here. Like I said, if I wasn't really in love with the color of this, you know, I could use a little bit of a darker polish, maybe with a little bit of a tint of something in here, but I kind of like this kind of medium brown thing. It's just like using moisturizer on your skin too, you know. Wintertime with the heat and all that, we all have a tendency to kind of dry out our little hides. So a little bit of moisturizer goes a long way. Got a little neutral brush here. So, man, that was a nice little visit we had with our neighbor, Herdane Astro. Is a big galoot. He's only about, I think she said he's turning 3 pretty soon. Turned out. These look pretty good. I'm not going too nuts with them, man. You know, I wore these a little bit, but you can see they look pretty nice. Come, all right. They look like canoes. So thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said, this is my first video of 2026. I'm getting psyched to do some more new content, motorcycles and cars and a bunch of cool new stuff. I'm kind of nervous as a hen too. My daughter's expecting. She's a couple of days late now, so I'm hoping that we get that call at any moment. And I'll go down here, watch her dog while she's in the birthing center, and come home with a beautiful bundle of joy. So thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more fun stuff. Peace.